Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ebony. I am 16 years old, and something a little niche about me, if you know me, I used to have a podcast, and it was a project. It was basically like a project that just never got finished, and you know, I'm not saying that my life is like full of fun and whatever, but you know, junior year is coming up. I have a lot of things that I am excited to vlog about. I have things coming up, you know, this coming week that I'm so excited to vlog about. And so, you know, why not just start off my YouTube channel, first video, with something fun, something that, you know, sparkles, something that sparkles. We listen and we don't judge. And so I'm super excited to be sharing some confessions today. These confessions aren't bad. You know, people are a little hesitant to share, and I understand that. There's some where it's like, why? And then there's some where it's like, okay, period, understandable. But yeah, so before we start, I'm gonna just take a little drink of my water, a little sip. So let me just drink some right now. And yeah, let's get started with today's video. First confession. It says, my friend ruined my relationship, so I told the guy she liked for years she liked him. Now he doesn't talk to her, but we listen and we don't judge. Okay, let's start off by saying the chant. Every single time I'm done reading a confession, I will say the chant. We listen and we don't judge. And I'm literally gonna go like that too, just so we can transition. We listen and we don't judge. Okay, so I don't see this person necessarily as like in the wrong, because it's just payback. You know, sometimes, you know, most of the time, people deserve karma. Do they get it? No, because the Lord's so good. But, you know, sometimes we just have to give them the karma that they deserve. And so I feel like if she had done you wrong and you have the power in you to do them wrong, you know, why not? And this was so long ago too, I bet. This was probably so long ago. You aren't a bad person. Don't think that you're a bad person, you know, just for having free will. You know, this person was so horrible. Maybe they deserved it. Maybe we're all just gonna side with this one person because everybody knows this person, right? Right, that's exactly what we're gonna do. But on an honest note, you know, sometimes we should just choose peace. Wow. I am nobody to be saying this, especially that, you know, I'm just an angry little girl. But, you know, sometimes you just need to choose peace. In this situation, she didn't choose peace, but it's okay. Okay, guys, confession number 2. We listen and we... Oh, I messed up already. Hold on. Just rewinded that. Let's get it. Okay, it says... It's a pretty long one, too, so brace yourself. Just picture it, I guess. When I was younger, I used to watch this YouTube channel named Story Booth. No hate to Story Booth. There was this one video where a person was telling the audience the story of how they found out they were transgender. Not knowing what that meant, I watched their video anyway. The person explained how they didn't like to wear dress and liked to play with cars and mud. A little background context, I was a huge tomboy and generally liked to play with boys, so naturally I related to this video. At the end of the video, the person finally revealed they were a transgender man. Even though I didn't really understand what that meant, I marched to my living room and told my mom and dad in a proud voice, Mom, Dad, I think I'm transgender. My iPad was then taken away and I was forbidden from watching that YouTube channel again. We listen and we don't judge. Okay, this is a lot to swallow. So... I don't know, I feel like when I was younger, I had a lot, this is like me saying this in my context, in my point of view, I feel like I had a lot of free time, a lot of like, you know, internet access, and so I relate to this. I totally, like, I was a tomboy too, and I would have said the same thing. I used to I still kind of am, but not to the point where it's like, you know, toys and cars and mud, because I'm older now. But I don't know, this person must have been like a really big tomboy to think that they were transgender. But yeah, there's nothing to really say here. I'm glad that you shared and you were, you know, you were open enough to share and stuff. But yeah, I don't know if this person's transgender now, but I really appreciate you sharing your story. Okay, confession number trust. It says, one time when I was younger, I dated a guy that would only shower once a week. We listen and we don't judge. Okay, so boom. Once a week is crazy. For me personally, I can only go like 2 days without showering, and that says a lot. Like, I always have this schedule, and I've always been like this, where it's like, and people are like this too, I bet. But anyway, so if I shower on like a Sunday, the next time I shower is on a Tuesday, and then the next time I shower after that is on a Thursday, and then on a Saturday, and then the cycle continues, right? But imagine if you were to only shower on Sunday, and then the next time you shower is next Sunday. Like, that's so disgusting, especially since as like people, we all sweat, you know. Let me name them. We all sweat. We all like some people are just like dirty. Some people are so dirty, and it's like this person like had to have been so like not self-aware to the point where it's like whenever they go into a room, they can't even tell if they smell or not, or they drown themselves in like cologne or perfume and stuff. It's like, no, dude, that's disgusting. And if you are like this, please get help. That is not healthy. Please, guys, let's have good hygiene. I know it's hard. It shouldn't be that hard though. I know that it's hard, especially that it's summer and, you know, we're just in our house and stuff. And, you know, truthfully, I shower. Of course I shower. But sometimes, you know, sometimes I just like to lie in my bed all day, you know? And sometimes, like, that's all I do. And then I take a shower and it's like, I'm like we sweat naturally. Everybody sweats naturally. There's nobody who doesn't sweat unless it's like a medical condition. But yeah, we all sweat. And so I understand, like, some people could just be scared of showering. I don't know if this person was scared of showering, but if you were, like, it could not be that serious where you only shower once. Like, I also understand in the context if it was mental health, but I doubt it was mental health, because there are people who just refuse to shower. And I don't know, like, even at that, that's like a mental illness, you know? But I'm glad that you are not with this person anymore. And I hope that now, like, I'm not saying that this person, like, you know, should be bullied and stuff, but I hope this person was made aware that it's not okay to only shower once a week. Of course, we can't compare it to, like, if they were so good to them, you know, this was a good relationship, I love this person, but they didn't shower. Like, that's such a turn off. And I'm so glad I've never talked to, like, a guy or, like, you know, like, been with a guy where it's like they, like, didn't shower, or they only showered like once a week. That's, like, absolutely disgusting. Yeah, no, like, please, like, some people just need to be made aware, if, you know, that they smell, because I would never want to walk around and, like, you know, I feel so confident in myself, but I didn't shower for like a week and I smell and I reek of just like ceviche and like onions and stuff, you know? That's absolutely disgusting. Oh, by the way, if I didn't mention this before, I'm actually reading these off of my laptop. Thanks, sister. I'm reading this off of my laptop. Some good use in my laptop until school starts. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue with these confessions, because, you know, they're just gonna keep getting, like, out of pocket, out of hand, and crazy. So let's continue the video. Confession number 4. My ex sent me videos and pics of his of his D and his butthole and I stayed, plus pretended I was into it. We listen and we don't judge. Okay, girl, you had to have been down bad. Like, this guy had to have been, like, down bad. Like, no. What I'm trying to say. You had to have been, like, down bad for this guy to have stayed for so long. Especially, like, I do not know. Me personally, I don't know girls that are, like, into that type of stuff. And so I don't know why guys is just, like, I don't know why guys, like, think that girls think it's attractive to, like, send, like, pictures of themselves. It's not attractive. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been like, oh, let me see it, because I've never been that down bad for a guy, because guys suck, you know. And I'm also the age that I am, so it's like, I'm not, that's disgusting, you know. That's disgusting, especially that, like, we're all, like, developing or whatever. I don't know, I just think that's, like, disgusting. But the only thing that cannot be excused is, like, a butthole. Like, I'm saying this as a person. Buttholes aren't attractive. Like, just straight up, buttholes aren't attractive. If you think buttholes are attractive, you're weird. I'm telling you this now, you're weird. You are weird if you think buttholes are attractive. I don't even know why I'm whispering. I'm literally by myself. Like, I could care less what people think I'm saying, because this isn't my story. But I'm just glad that you are not with this person anymore. Like, I'm so glad you're not with this person anymore. But yeah, this guy had to have been, like, perfection. Like, this is his only flaw. Because, like, as soon as a guy, like, starts sending me pictures of, like, him and his butthole and stuff, it's like, no. Like, wrap it up. Like, there's no way. I could never be with a guy like that. And I'm never going to be with it. Mark my words. Mark my words. You know? Mark my words, guys. Okay, guys. Confession number 5. It says, I watch so much TikTok, I have the button burned into my screen. We listen and we don't judge. Okay, this one is, like, valid. This one's valid. I'm always on my phone. Not TikTok necessarily, but, like, if I were to have, like, an app that's, like, burned into my phone, it'd be Spotify. I love music. I love listening to music. I listen to it all the time, mainly because I'm trying to build up, like, I'm trying to build up my, the thing that happens at the end of the year, the Wrapped. I'm trying to build it up to, like, look like I have good music, because this year's was not good. Mainly because my mom would use my account, like,
classical music, like Disney music.
And, you know, discover more music, because I'm, like, I'm different. I listen to, like, I don't know, like old ''𝐤𝐬𝐬 and whatever. Like, no, I actually listen to music. I actually listen to good music. So, yeah. So that would be, like, my app. Or like Spotify. Or not Spotify, I just said that. Or, like, Pinterest. I'm always on Pinterest, too. You know, I look for, like, new outfit, like, inspo. I just like to be on Pinterest. You know, I'm, like, a Pinterest girl. I'm, like, aesthetic, whatever. And yeah, because I can. But that's valid. I think I knew one other person that had this problem too. So you're not alone, girl. You'll find that person who also has a high screen time in TikTok, and who also has the button burned into their screen, okay? You'll find that person. Okay, confession number 6. One time I went up to a lady in a grocery store thinking she was my mom. We listen and we don't judge. This one's very cute. Like, if they were, like, a nice lady, of course. If this was like an old grouchy lady, or if this was just like a man with, like, really long hair, it would be really funny, because it's like, no, I'm not your mom. But yeah, I think this is very wholesome. This is, like, wholesome. This is wholesome. That's cute. I feel like I wouldn't do that now. But I remember, like, a few times I've done it. A few times, yeah. The person who said this is, you know, around my age, so it's like, you know. But, you know, this is valid. Like, we're not judging you. We listen and we don't judge. It's confession number 7. I used to date AI people. We listen and we don't judge. I've never, ever in my whole life had that much screen time to where I date AI people. And I get bored. I get bored on my phone for sure. And so, like, to date AI people, like, this person doesn't even exist. This person does not exist at all. This person, like, that's so bad. I'm glad you don't do this anymore. I'm glad you don't do this anymore. I mean, you also had to have been down bad for this person, because there's no way. Like, again, this person doesn't exist. Artificial intelligence. You know. And yeah. Would you tell it stuff? Like, would you tell it stuff or no? Because, yeah, that's not valid. It's not a valid reason either. Please do not date AI people. These people aren't real. And you're just gonna get heartbroken by a computer, guys. Please don't. Ready? Ready? Okay. Confession number 8. This is the ace one, 8 out of 9. We're almost done, guys. Confession number 8. It says, I gave a guy a second chance after he blocked me and gave me the dumbest excuse. We listen and we don't judge. This one gets me pissed because I don't know. Like, this is like, you're young. You're young, you're experimenting, you know, you have so much free time because school's not hard at this point. Like, of course, once you get into like the later gears of high school, like that's where it's like, I don't even want a boyfriend, or I want a boyfriend so bad. But I just feel like you don't need a guy. You don't need to be like talking to multiple guys to find love, because that's not love. It's lust. A lot of these guys, trigger warning, because not all guys are like this, but a good majority of these guys don't care. They don't care. They're stupid, right? Most of these guys are stupid. And so don't let a stupid guy, you know, make a fool of himself. Like, don't let a stupid guy make you look like a fool, you know? You're young, like I said before. And so you have so much whimsy, you have so much light. Please do not let it, you know, don't let somebody dim your light because they suck, because they're a loser. And I'm not a man hater, you know, like, there are some good men. There are some good men. We just haven't found them yet, guys. We just haven't found them yet. And that's okay. That's okay. We're going to, me and you, girl, we're literally gonna, like, we're gonna find our men soon. You know, we're gonna find our men soon. Last confession. Last, we listen, we don't judge. It says, when I used to be a hoe, yes, used to, I would purposely pretend to be into guys online, specifically unattractive guys, and get them to buy things for me online and deliver it to a P.O. box. I also used to be a Discord kitten to make money. We listen and we don't judge. Okay, so just straight off the bat, you never mentioned how long ago this was, so you had to have been really smart to know what a P.O. box is, because I barely figured out what a P.O. box was last year, and it is 2026, you know, so you had to have been really smart, ahead of the game. I also respect the hustle, like, low-key, like, if these guys knew they were getting their feelings, like, played with, then of course, who am I to judge? Who are we to judge, you know? And so, yeah, I feel like I respect the hustle. But I think that in general, we shouldn't be playing with others' feelings. And we shouldn't be using people. Because, you know, some people are down bad. And it's really sad to see somebody, like, you know, so down bad for a person that won't give them the same energy. Like, I think that's so sad. And so I just, I know, right? Like, I'm gonna cry. No, I don't know. I just feel like we shouldn't play with other people's feelings. I of course respect the hustle. And I didn't know that you were a Discord kitten. I guess I respect that too. Low-key, I'm not here to judge. I've never had that much free time to do these things. So who am I to say that I'm not? Like, I've never, you know, what I'm trying to say. Who am I to, like, judge you just because I haven't done it yet? You know, who am I gonna judge you? Okay, guys, that was the last confession. This is the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning into my first video. I know that this was a short video. I know that this was very much like, let's just sit down, like, take a sip of water, and just like, just like, film, you know, because I have free will and because I'm bored. But just thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you like this content, please let me know. And if you were nice enough to, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. It really helps. And yeah, just thank you. Also, just thank you for the people who sent a confession. I really appreciate it. You know, you helped me with this video, and I hope that next time I do this around, like next time around that I do it, I hope to have more confessions, and I hope to, you know, that people are able to come out of their comfort shell more, because, you know, I'm not saying that these weren't like coming out of their comfort shells, but, you know, we want some more like spice and like drama and stuff. And yeah, I'm just yapping at this point, but just thank you again. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye, guys.